Now, there is a leaked audio by Zizi Kodwa. Zizi Kodwa is a latest minister to have been arrested, right? Under the disguise that we are cleaning corruption. So you can't tell me that you are cleaning corruption when we haven't talked about Palapala. We haven't talked about, it's Palapala, the 500 billion. The man hasn't accounted for, right? So you can't therefore come here and argue that, yeah, Ramaphosa is cleaning people. He must get hand himself first. Then we know the man is fighting corruption. If he hasn't handed himself, then forget about corruption. It's just a fancy word for him to get around or to toy around with your emotions. Otherwise, till now we don't care about that. Okay, so this leaked audio, Zizi Kodwa, he's frustrated and he said a lot of things there. And I'm going to try, but please find a way of, I don't know why, but as you are listening to this, he's saying the things, how this country is sold, how this country is on the market. Sometimes, listening to him, I kind of feel like, yeah, he's got a point, but I feel like it's too late for him to say that. Because now, people will no longer believe, will no longer believe him as they will have if he had just from the beginning took a stand. For instance, if if this woman Sisulu, if Sisulu were to come out and criticize how the country is being sold, people will easily believe her, because even now we know that she doesn't stand for nonsense. This this ANC and DA coalition, we know she's clear on the matter. She doesn't give a damn, not even a swimming pool, about the feelings of others. You know what I'm saying? So even if she was to come back tomorrow and say, guys, there's this and this and this and this that has happened, I mean, honestly, we will easily believe her. So some of the things that set people for failure, it is failing to speak on time. It is failing to take a stand on time. I'm talking about the audio, guys, Zizi Kodwa. Because of doing that, even when you come back and you want to make a very much valid point, it becomes difficult for people to believe you. It will be like you are speaking out of frustrations. You are speaking out of, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it is the case, but I'm saying if there are people that choose not to believe him, I will not blame them. I will be like, yeah, but they have a point. I mean, it is like you're speaking from emotion. You're speaking from, you know what I'm saying? You're speaking from that point of view, or look, you're speaking from anger. If you did not get arrested, you wouldn't have spoken. But I know that you guys, even if I didn't say this, if you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free of charge. To click the notification bell, it is free of charge. To share this video, it is free of charge. To watch this video until the end, it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads, it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. So I'm about to allow the audio to play. I'm interested to hear what's your thought about what Zizi Kodwa said. Are you impressed? Are you happy? Are you not happy? If you're not, why? Tell me in the comment section below. I'm very much interested. So the audio, guys, I don't know when it was uploaded, they fast forwarded the audio. It is playing at a highest pace, right? So if I cannot slow it, you will have to. You can't do it anyway. Or even on your YouTube, you press the slowest button, then you'll be able to hear the audio very well. Take a look at what he said here.
By virtue of the position that we've afforded them in society, We are living in a market society where everything is for sale, and therefore the markets, or those who are commanding the markets become our high priests currently, right? That's the power that they have by virtue of being who they are, white, if I may put that way. They command whiteness, which presides over us. And our politicians that they find, by the way, including the ANC. Now, they also have material power. These are the resources. Now, these guys can decide to materially determine the power of the rand, the exchange rate. It's not me and you who are doing that. It's their own sentiment. That's the power that they are having. What am I supposed to do for the rand to move, or the exchange rate to change between the rand and pound sterling? There's nothing I can do about it. These guys are having that power, right? And we don't. That's the material power that they have, the resources. But again, they're having a discursive power, our media. And I want, earlier on, I think this week, last week, that we should stop referring to the media as the fourth estate. No, it is not, but the mouthpiece of the markets. Right. Now they're having that discursive power, which is highlighting these things and amplifying this message that any coalition with any other party, any ANC coalition with any other party is doomsday, and the markets are going to panic. That's where we are, comrade, where we are living in a market society. Now you ask yourself, then, why would ANC allow itself to be subjected to such? There are two questions to that. Question number one, the ANC is done pushing out those who are left leaning, far left leaning. Number one, such as the EFF, those who push for nationalization within the ANC, they are done pushing them out. They are done pushing those who spoke about radical economic transformation in the form of the Mahashule and so they are out there. Now, you ought to be asking yourself, now, who is in the current ANC? And I think earlier on, I've given you guys a sneak peek. That is the guys who founded Shanduka, Ramaphosa's. Ramaphosa was, Shanduka of Ramaphosa was being led by Puchuma Hanyele. What happens when Ramaphosa ascends into presidency? Puchuma Hanyele moves from Shanduka, she goes to where Naspers, News 24. Ramaphosa is assured that he will take one of your own into the news engine of this country, Puchuma Hanyele. Puchuma Hanyele is not at Naspers to add any value. She is planted there because this guy is scared of scrutiny. Now you guys are asking why the media is not talking about Palapala. No, they're missing the whole point. Number two, we're plunged into load shedding. Go and look who is supplying the diesel to Eskom. Look at what are the interests, what are the BEE deals there. Before Mike Teke comes and tell you here that you guys are not ambitious as young people, as a BEE beneficiary. Now, what is left of the ANC is interest. Just Google Mcebisi Jonas now. Google Mavuso Msimang now, and you will see where are they sitting. They are sitting in the boards of MTN, South 32 Platinum, all these companies. These are the interests that are currently driving the ANC. Whose interests are those? Are the markets. Hence the ANC is chatting with the DA because everyone who's left leaning, the people who have voted the MK have spoken in this space because they cannot identify with the character of the ANC or what ANC has become. The people who voted for the EFF or who borrowed, who lent their vote to the EFF or the EFF borrowed from their votes. Because of the vacuum within the left, they come back and voted for the MK. Now, who are we to think that the ANC of Ramaphosa will not entertain the DA over Zuma and Malema that the ANC of Ramaphosa is pushed out? Who are we to think that the ANC is having an interest of me and you, who are the downtrodden, disenfranchised, who do not have discussive power, material power, instrumental power? Whereas they've pushed the likes of Mahashule, Zuma, Malema out. If they push those people, who remains? That's the questions that we ought to ponder from. I mean, I'm willing to put my head on the chopping block, and I'll come here in this space and say, comrades, I was wrong. But, to close it off, remember this. The end of history, they say, the mankind's ideological evolution and the universalization of Western liberal democracy. Who embraces that? It is the current ANC. Who else? The DA. The policies of redress, DA is not interested, but self-preservation. I mean, the DA has been happy with how things have turned out, more comfortable with the ANC of Ramaphosa. What does that tell you? That DNA is willing to sit down and speak with the ANC. But they are telling you, not of Paul Mashatile, but of Ramaphosa. Who is Ramaphosa? Again, think rule of mayor. During that transition towards the end of Cold War, when we were ushered into this democratic dispensation, is the guy who was chilling with the rule of mayor in them. Think around 2011, 2012, when Marikana happened, is the guy who said, when the strikers committed industrial action, saying we want 13,500. That is nothing. You guys, you know that 13,000 was nothing at the time. But he said the state must commit a concomitant action towards the workers. That is the Ramaphosa that we think, will be left living today. Guys, without saying much, let me land.
Matuna, thank you so much.
First, just Google Mcebisi Jonas now. Google Mavuso Msimang now, and you will see where are they sitting. They are sitting in the boards of MTN, South 32 Platinum, all these companies. These are the interests that are currently driving the ANC. Whose interests are those? Are the markets. hence the ANC is chatting with the DA, because everyone who's left-leaning, the people who have voted the MK have spoken in this space, because they cannot identify with the character of the ANC or what ANC has become. The people who voted for the EFF or who borrowed, who led their vote to the EFF, or the EFF borrowed from their votes. Because of the vacuum within the left, they come back and voted for the MK. Now, who are we to think that the ANC of Ramaphosa will not entertain the DA over Zuma and Malema that the ANC of Ramaphosa has pushed out? Who are we to think that the ANC is having an interest of P and U, who are the downtrodden, disenfranchised, who do not have discussive power, material power, instrumental power? Whereas they push the likes of Magashule, Zuma, Malema out. If they push those people, who remains? That's the questions that we ought to ponder from. I'm willing to put my head on the chopping block, and I will come here in the space and say, comrades, I was wrong. But, to close it off, remember this. The end of history, they say, the mankind's ideological evolution and the universalization of Western liberal democracy. Who embraces that? It is the current ANC. Who else? The DA. The policies of redress, DA is not interested, but self-preservation. The DA has been happy with how things have turned out, more comfortable with the ANC of Ramaphosa. What does that tell you? That DNA is willing to sit down and speak with the ANC. But they are telling you, not of Paul Mashatile, but of Ramaphosa. Who is Ramaphosa? Again, think rule of measure. During that transition towards the end of Cold War, when we ushered into this democratic dispensation, is the guy who was chilling with rule of measure in them. Think around 2011, 2012, when Marikana happened, is the guy who said, when the strikers committed industrial action, saying we want 13,500. That is nothing. You guys, you know that 13,000 was nothing at the time. But he said the state must commit a concomitant action towards the workers. That is the Ramaphosa that we think, will be left living today. Guys, stop saying much. Let me land.
Matuna, thank you so much.
Yeah, so for me, I feel like in the Lokeshaye Zizi Kodwa, it is this thing of speaking late, right? I think that is what has damaged him, his reputation in so far as complaining about Phala is concerned. That I think it's going to play not on his favor, because honestly speaking, people will ask the question. I don't remember Zizi coming out and, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember that. So because of that, like, if people such as Abo Batabile Dlamini comes out and say, Vele Ramaphosa is doing 1, 2, and 3, we can easily believe them, because previously they've taken a stand and they were clear on the matter. But if for instance, if Fikile Mbalula today comes back and say, vele Ramaphosa uyahlupha, we will say, amencane uxoke. Mana nje wena. Whoa. Because when you were with Zuma, you were siding with Zuma this. As soon as Zuma was going out of power, Mbalula started disrespecting Zuma as soon as Zuma stepped down as a president. Before all these things of what of MK and everything. So I remember who said that? I forgot who said that. Somebody was speaking about Mbalula. Mbalula is just looking at where there is bread, right? He doesn't care about commitment. He doesn't care about loyalty. He cares about employment. Yabon. So, with that being said, I am saying to you guys, with Mbalula, there's quite a look. You can't believe people like Mbalula. Even if tomorrow he was to come back and oppose Ramaphosa, we will just say, "Nali pick." We can't easily believe him. Why? Because of his reputation. But one person in the ANC that gives me hard time to judge him otherwise, I think it is his maturity as an individual, and also the local political maturity. Yabona Ukwete Mantashe is giving me a hard time judging him, like honestly speaking. I find it difficult to judge Ukwete Mantashe as far as being able to tell which side. You understand? Even if today he would come and say he side with Zuma, that person I can easily believe him, because of also, you will notice that I am not saying you must have taken a side in such a way that you know what I'm saying, you Zuma or what. But the manner in which Gwede Mantashe played in this political space, he played it very safe, right? So if a person of Gwede Mantashe's caliber comes back and say, this is the problem, look, he's easily believable because it is Gwede Mantashe and how he behaves, right? Yes, he might have some challenges with Zuma there and there, but in terms of how he conduct himself, that's political maturity. Jehovah, that man knows how to behave. Like, to be quite honest, that man knows how to behave. Like everybody else, yeah, guys, people have got their skeletons, people have got their weaknesses, but in general, Gwede Mantashe is matured. Political maturity in abundance.